Look, AllBall TV.
They scared, but I'm not.
They don't like comentario.
Y suscribe.
Eyes on the prize, baby Bubba. Prize picks. Run your game.
Run your game.
Come
Baby
on.
Bubba. Baby Bubba.
JR, appreciate you, man. To be fair, AllBall Tips helped build this thing from the ground up. Remember, we were bad, but I do feel like we peaked with him at head coach. Oh, whatever that peak is out of here, JR. I think we did have, someone like I know you don't want to hear this, but Dante DiVincenzo was clutch last year, and it helped with Brunson. It helped bring a balance to this team. And this year, like, who's the shooter? I was talking to Flea offline. Yo, the iHeart thing with Rand. I know Randle is a polarizing dude for us. I hated his guts until last January. These guys set picks, do dirty work. They get fouls. Cat don't get fouls, man. And all this stuff, you got to play defense. You got to play deep. Yo, you are what you are. The league is telling you what you are. They do not respect Cat. They don't give him calls. So you got to go as a team, do what's right. That ain't fair to the championship thing.
Every time you see him, literally.
What does he say? Oh, my God. Yo, leave that alone, man. Stop talking like that. Oh, my God. Why you acting surprised? Go tell him, yo, that's what I love. As much as you say I criticize Carmelo Flea, I always point to him when you be telling Flea, yo, that's a fucking foul. I like that. And they would hack the shit out of Carmelo. He might have had the worst whistle in the league back then. Big pause. But they didn't call fouls for Carmelo. I remember that him getting hacked. He was a bruiser too, but he kept playing his game. He never really complained like that. He always took it in stride. I just don't think if it's time to shit on Tibbs, I don't think he's motivating them. He's not. Whether it's his fault, whether he has the capacity or not, Flea, I don't know anymore. But there's 3 other guys in this lineup. I just thought about this today. Everybody else is playing 12 guys. The Warriors were playing 12 guys when they couldn't figure it out. They weren't a championship team. Now they're all talking championship. Draymond called it out in the NBA All-Star break, but they're playing like it. They're playing like they think they got a chance for this thing. We're not. And if we're not, how come we're not trying to figure out this thing or haven't been? I don't think Tibbs is the guy to do that. And the only thing I forgot the other day about saying, Tom Thibodeau was an assistant. Clearly, he was an assistant with the Celtics, but all the other head coaches sat down and watched the modern game at some point courtside, whether it was with the microphone on, the headset, or they were sitting next to a head coach. He doesn't even have the assistants like a Kerr who hired the Atkinsons of the world. I just said this the other day, Flea, I don't know if you heard it. Yo, the Celtics have 3 assistants that are now head coaches in the league, and the Rockets are one of them. Mm-hmm. Charles Lee is not, they're not big time yet, but they have 3 of them? How did that happen? They watched the game. Yo, I don't know what happened back in the day, but right now, this is what we're doing. And Tibbs doesn't even have is it all him? Can we blame the front office? Like, yo, why don't you have anybody down there? What, Johnny Bryant's gone. We need, Cat's going to be missing. Why can't we got to go make that? Somebody put in the comments. I forgot to shout you out. I'm sorry. The guy from that's in DC right now. Big kid, big white boy. Not Valanciunas.
Who, Alex Len?
No, hell no. I hate Alex Len. I hate hearing his name. This other kid he could have signed. He went from, I think, the Pelicans to the Wizards. But that was supposed to be in the works. And you had to make that happen.
It is the Valanciunas, right?
Valanciunas.
Yeah, Valanciunas.
Oh, okay. Vucevic is on Chicago. So
Valanciunas.
So, but you had to make that deal if you were going to make the Cat deal. I don't understand that. Like, those things didn't make sense to me. You didn't think it all the way through.
Stay there. What happened with the Kessler talk? It was a lot of talks of
Kessler is a trade. Valanciunas was a free agent.
No. I know, but my point is, there was talks about a lot of good big men that we had an opportunity to get, and then it just fell flat. I'm saying, what happened?
I mean, obviously, I'm sure Leon Rose is scared to pull the trigger on something, right? You don't want to get fleeced. You don't want to lose a guy for nothing. But I think you should have had to prioritize that if you're going to have Cat, being the man in the middle. He looked great last year next to Gobert. Now, people could say what they want about Rudy Gobert, but at the end of the day, Karl Anthony Towns, they made a Western Conference playoff run playing next to each other, and the fact that Cat could play the 4 and allow Rudy to do whatever he does on defense was a big thing for him. That could be that gets hugely downplayed, and we're seeing it right now. We're asking him to do things that he just can't do. He's never been good at doing in the NBA. He's in year 10. He's not all of a sudden going to become better at doing it. And we need somebody. Obviously, we are like chomping at the bit to get Mitchell Robinson back. And I'm hoping that he has the effect that we think he's going to have. But that should have been prioritized because we have no enforcer. Like, we have nobody that is an extension of Tibbs on the basketball court. Whether, if you think Tibbs is a fiery guy, people always refer to Tibbs as this fiery guy that just loves basketball, that is just eating, sleeps, and shits basketball. He don't do nothing else. We don't have one of them guys that embodies that on the court, whether that's on the bench, whether that's on the court, whether that's on the coaching staff. We don't have none of that type of extension of that fiery guy that is gonna get on Brunson right now and say, hey, the last 5 to 6 games, you haven't been doing what we need you to do. I seen somebody in the comments say, which I thought was really true, and it would start some shit, unfortunately, but it's the facts. Brunson needs to allow Cat be the guy. Let him be the guy. Allow us to play through Cat. We've been saying this for a long time. We look good when we play through Cat. Brunson, you are that good that you're going to get what you get on the offensive end. You cannot be worried about establishing yourself on the offensive end. Not with field goal attempts. If you could get to the line, which you are good at doing, fine. But don't be out there hunting field goal attempts when most of the time Cat has the mismatch. Any night we go up against any team, 9 times out of 10, they don't have nobody that can guard Karl. Nobody. So why are we not exploiting that? He wasn't in a rhythm enough that we gave him the basketball with Drew Holiday on him. Now, Drew is a great defender, but Lord, kill him. It's Drew. He's 6'7". Kill him.
Listen, but the start of the game, they had Tatum on him, and Porzingis was on Josh Hart because they. But once again, Flea, and I know, we don't want to keep hearing the same thing over and over again. It's like beating a dead horse. That's coaching. That's pulling them guys in the huddle and helping them understand the game plan. That's that's a coach's job to understand and let the captain and the leader and the best player of the team know what we should do and not be doing. Hey, Brunson, we going through Cat, bro. Simple and plain. Get him the ball. Run some plays. Cat, get your big ass on the block when you got a little guy. Stop facing up. Back down. Easy. Drop step. Boom. Jump hook. All right, you missing cool. We live with the results. But it's the right play. We have a coach and a coaching staff that nobody in the league respects, let alone the players. And to me, that is a major problem. That whole organization, our whole team existence, have guys that nobody respects. And we need to figure this thing out. I don't want to keep saying Tibbs is the problem because, Flea, you made a great point. Y'all guys got it. Shaq said it before, too. After a while, coaching don't matter. Bruh, you bum niggas is on the court, compete, and fucking play. That third quarter, we made a great run. Guys made shots. We ran the ball, great pace. And then for some reason, we just let Derek White go, okay, slow down. We go from being down 5 to within less than 3-4 minutes, we down 20.
We down back 20. Like
Come on, man.
It was an onslaught.
But I gotta disagree with that because right on cue, shout out to the Strickland pop quiz. What do the Celtics, Bucks, Warriors, and Raptors all have in common? Each won a title at some point in the past 6 years, each after moving on from a coach who led them out of a wilderness into competence, if not contention. And that's the bottom line to me. It always has been. It's not that like AllBall goes too far, in my opinion, calling Tibbs a bum practically. I'm not gonna disrespect him by saying that he can't coach, he don't know ball, none of that. I can't say that, especially after he got Cam Reddish up out of here. I can't say that about he sat Obi Toppin's punk ass down. He was correct on these things. RJ, now you got to step it up. IQ, you got to earn that starting spot. He's correct about a lot of these things, but
Bro, hold on, just real quick, stay there. Cause see, this is the conversations that nobody wants to have. Could we use Obi Toppin right now? Just honestly, just his athleticism and his size coming off the bench.
Could we use him?
Right now.
I thought that
What did we get rid of? What did we get back for Obi Toppin?
nothing, and I
Second
think
round.
the same. But the same thing that Rick Carlisle is struggling with Obi Toppin is the same thing that Tip struggled with. The kid don't want to play defense at the size and athleticism that he has. He don't want to do it.
Listen, I agree. I'm not arguing that. All I'm saying is we got nothing for him. And right now, what are we lacking? We're lacking athleticism and we're lacking size. A guy right now coming off the bench that's 6'7", 6'8", that can knock down a three-point shot at a decent clip. He ain't a great three-point shooter, but he gives us some size and some athleticism. All I'm saying is I agree with you with the other young man that went to the Lakers, Cam Reddish. But I disagree with the Obi Toppin thing because we didn't get anything for him.
But
That's
again,
the problem I have.
But again, that goes back to their cap constraints and all that. Like, I don't know if that has something to do with it. There's a lot in play that we can even. All I'm saying is that he ain't whatever. But let's start Obi Top. I wanted to see more small ball lineups with Obi and Julius Randle at least. I knew we weren't going to win the chip, but let me see something. But you still have to go through this rigmarole with him that feels like an army-based lineup. And again, my problem is that should be in place for the other coaches that would do that through 1 through 12, 1 through 10. And the other thing was with the Cleveland coach, they switched coaches and they stepped it up. Like him just telling Donovan Mitchell, yo, if you pass the ball more, we're gonna win more games. It doesn't work if Donovan Mitchell's not 26, 27 years old and Mobley's not in his 3rd, 4th, 5th year in the league who overcame injuries and all that. They were top 5 defensive team when he came as a rookie, came into the league, but he needed to get healthy. A lot of these things is about timing, but again, the struggle was going to be coming into this season. Where's the defense at? We ain't got them players. Mikal Bridges is not who anyone thought he was. The Nets fans were warning us. I've heard them, and I was in denial. Like, nah, yeah. I would trade the 5 draft picks if we're keeping Dante and we keep our depth. That was my thing because we're closer to the team we had last year, and we added somebody else. AllBall TV. They scared, but I'm not. They don't like comentario.
Y suscribe.